Can anybody hear me, fellas? Letting you guys, just letting you know what I'm doing. Can anybody hear me? Type in the chat box. Can you all hear me? Can any of you hear me? Alright. Hi everybody, this is Rhino Ranger and Happy New Year everybody! Happy first day of 2021. 2020 was such a rotten year, wasn't it? And there's a lot of things that happened. Because of the pandemic, many of our favorite anticipated films and movies they either have been delayed or canceled or put on a streaming service. Some of which I'm not able to access yet. Yeah, in my country, I am still unable to access Disney Plus. So, now for this occasion, rather than having characters celebrating Celebrate Eve, let's say they all recovered from New Year's Eve. Let's say the characters are all recovering from having a party on New Year's Eve. I mean, you know that in some respects, celebrating a New Year's party, you're feeling a bit woozy. Sometimes you might accidentally still stick with the party. What do we do now? Can we still make animation with Adobe Flash or Animate? I can still use Flash 8. It's just I'm not able to submit any SWF files on the internet, and I'm unable to play any Flash animations on the internet. I can still make animations. I just have to convert them to video. But sooner or later I might have to go with a new software in order to get more with the times, like either Adobe Animate or Toon Boom, and either of which is going to be pricey. And fellas, can I ask for more simpler requests, because in all honesty, I'm not feeling in my best shape today. I mean, yesterday was I had a bit of a rough time because I had a water shortage. Today the water's back, but I'm just not feeling the best today. But since this is the only day I can really do something New Year's related, I might as well do something New Year. I might as well make this day worth it. So ask me any character recovering from any of these. If you have nothing to request, just ask me any question. And if you ask me if you like, can use the super chat. All right. Yeah, this is too small of a sofa. Here's the sofa. Now just to make sure I'm only gonna color this bit because Normally, when it comes to live streams, I try not to color them, but because I wanna know where my characters are, I'm only gonna color them a little bit, just to show you where these characters are. Um, yeah, just to make sure. Um, for those who don't know, he always has a gap on his teeth. What is your favorite Super Smash Bros. Game? I think the Ultimate version, because it has every single character. Although I have played the Wii U version more, here I think the Ultimate is my absolute favorite. I think it has Banjo and Kazooie. If Crash ever appears in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, then it would definitely be my number one favorite by default. His finger a bit too big. At one point, Ed didn't he address the badly drawn fingers in the episode, Brother, can you spare an Ed? It's like, nice, let me take that for you so you don't contaminate with those badly drawn fingers. I think I've drawn it a little bit too big. Now I think I drew the characters a bit too big. Let me just hmm. Yeah, there's Double D. Hmm. Have you played the Impossible Quiz? No, I have not. I'm just gonna color them off screen. Just no, don't worry, fellas. He's not the only one who's this is part of the sofa part. So for anybody who still asks me to have a character draw on, go on the sofa, this is not it. This is part of the sofa. The floor part is for anybody, somebody else. I don't know if I can do Ben 10. It's a bit complicated for me to do at the moment. I wonder what he's sleeping on. No, wait, better. Yeah, he's supposed to be taller than me, so... There. Yeah, there you go, fellas. We have Eds, and Eddie on the sofa. And don't worry, I'll color them off screen. So, it's one check, that's one thing done. Now, who's on the floor? Who's on the floor? Didn't I already do Yoshi on the floor a couple live streams ago? Sleepy Dwarf, Jeopardy Mouse, Munchlax. Oh, Munchlax seems... Admittingly, Munchlax, along with the space Pokemon, are perhaps the only fourth generation Pokemon I'm used to. Wait, is that Pokemon from outer space? Um, the that orange Pokemon from outer space, is that fourth generation? I cannot remember. I know Munchlax is sort of fourth generation. Was he? Let me check. Oh yes, Munchlax is Generation 4, but he's like that. Um. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not supposed to color him yet, but yeah, what can you do? I might as well make the best out of. Yeah, I mean, he's quite simple. In fact, most Pokemon are simple to draw. Yep. Oh, GD, he's a third generation. Alrighty, characters on the floor. Now, who was resting on the punch ball? Who's on? Yeah, that somebody's like. There's the ladle, the pull, the he's out cold, and just not only is he on the punch bowl, he's also covered in punch. And just a little bit. Let me choose what type of punch it is. Be right back at ya. There you go. We got Kirby on the punch bowl. Let me just make sure. Who's under the table? Who's under the table? All right. In fact, let me look up that little triangle. You know, when I first looked at Bill's cipher, two things that popped in my head. It's either the Illuminati or Sauron. Just add in a diamond. This a spade. And actually, I'll leave that card a mystery. There you go, we got Bill's cipher. He's under the table. And, oops. Resting in the bathtub. A triangle playing with cards. It's, yes, yeah, very odd for him to be in a bathtub since he's a lava monster. And even he is confused. And no need to color this guy. I'll color him off camera. Now who's getting up in bed? Now before you ask me remember this is a YouTube live stream, so I wouldn't recommend requesting me anything that's suggestive. So can I ask for something a little safe when asking me to draw something in bed? Ooh, somebody requests me. Now that one's a controversial one, but sure thing. Hmm. Do you prefer her or do you prefer Bunny? Let me know in the comments. Do you prefer her or do you prefer Bunny? Just I think I left out a little bit of detail on that. There you go, fellas. We have Blistina, and she is trying to recover from being in bed. Not the most, not the best characters to suggest, since some people still have a bit of affair with her. And by the way, fellas, I am, for those who aren't aware, the guy who played Professor Utonium sadly suffered a stroke, and and it says that it damaged his ability to talk, so he may no longer be able to voice act. Reminds me of the same guy who played Boo Boo Bear, Scooby Doo, and Muttley. Um, he suffered a stroke, which caused him his ability to voice act be over. So who's resting on the only one character, fellas. Only one character for this one. Only one character, Mixopolis. Only one character. That's more like it. his mouth is still full. And he's now without his hat. I'm drawing him without his normal clothes. I mean, there are times when he is without his normal clothes. Sometimes he's just he's a bit of a party animal, so sometimes he would be without his clothes. Don't worry, I'm still keeping his underwear. I'm covering him with some triangles. I think I should have made him a bit more shower. See, I'm not very good at drawing this part. Oof. This is not going well for me. I think I've... Yeah, just to stain him a little bit. He is covered with... And just to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm not sure what these are. I think I'll just draw them triangles as well. Yeah, let's not forget that little tail he has. Okay, let's start. I'm only gonna color this little bit just to show you where this is all going. Where There we go, fellas. We have Chowder resting in his belly on either the buffet or the snack table, whichever one you pick. Now, okay, that's enough of people sleeping around. Let's have somebody trying to stand up. Trying to stand up. And some people, I heard that some people, when they either drink too much or they've been partying all night, or if they had a bit of a sugar rush, they try an ice pack on his head. Sorry, I don't think I can do Drobot today. Who is? Let me have a look. Let me have a Lakitu. Lakitu. Oh, you mean that Cloud Koopa guy? Hmm. There we go. We got Scrat with a nice peck on its head. Okay, so who's trying to drink some coffee so they can stay awake? I heard that when it's a bit of a good time on a New Year's Eve party, they would try and get themselves awake by some coffee. I already did Garfield. What is your thought on Hamilton? I have not seen the musical, but I do like the Hamilton polka by Weird Al Yankovic. I can't really sing the beginning because it's a little bit explicit. I can't, I already did Garfield the other day, so can I have something else, please? I hear he gets cranky when he's okay, and he's not in his pajamas. I don't think a lot of people after celebrating New Year are in pajamas if they are trying to recover. I'm a copy. Have you watched The Greatest Showman? No, I have not, but I have seen. My mom has. I'm not sure if I want to actually. I mean, I have heard good things about it, but I've also heard bad things about it. So I'm not sure if I'm willing to see The Greatest Showman. Anyone a big fan of Angry Birds? I used to. I still kinda am a fan of Angry Birds, but don't know if I'm not that crazy about them. I do like them, especially the films, but I'm not super crazy about them. There you go. We have Dingo Dell with some coffee. If he wants if he wants to keep working on his diner, it'd be best to make sure is Now who's trying to clean up this mess? Who's trying to clean up after the guests? Have you favorite character in Marvel vs. Capcom? Um, I think it's somewhere between in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That my three biggest picks would be Spider-Man, Venom, and Hulk. In Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds, my biggest picks would be Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. For uh, for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure it's my favorite because the gameplay, I didn't play that game very much. Um, hmm. She may be the princess of friendship, but that doesn't mean she's not free from her responsibility. That doesn't mean she doesn't have just because she's the princess of friendship doesn't mean she's the princess of ordering somebody else to clean up her mess. Sometimes she has to be the one to clean it up. Hmm. Don't think I'll bother adding an acuity mark. Now to make sure, okay, not animate. I mean, don't think I can do that. Let's make sure it's at there. She can do some. Let me oops. she's dusting the place, but then and she's that's alright. Oh no! A pot has dropped. An urn. Let me add some extra magic to that. She accidentally knocked over an urn. It's gonna break it to pieces, I know, right? Now who's checking up on her phone in case she knows what he or she knows what time it is, or if he or she is going to be late for something, or trying to make just out of curiosity, who should that person be? Grimlock? All right. And there's a little. I don't think I'm ever gonna do. I don't think I can do a telephoning live thing, because I'd be asking a lot of people if I could do some a variety of communication devices, like not just the smartphone, but also the old style phones, like the rotary one, the one that Alexander Bell invented. The smoke signals, the pigeon delivery birds, the message delivery birds, writing a letter, sending out a scroll, and an old style cell phone, a 80s, 90s flip phone, just a regular telephone, the one with either the rotary phone or the one with the push the buttons. I'm not sure if I can do that, fellas. There you have it, fellas. We have this bit is not quite right. There. We have Lori just checking her texts, her phone. Now who's one of those few people that seemed to be okay during the party, but is quite disappointed in everybody else. Oh, everybody acting like ruffians, like hooligans, like party animals.
People beat a Porky Pig? Or do you do that?
Well, that's what you want. So be it. I guess they invited me. Did you know that in the original Winnie the Pooh stories, Eeyore is actually a bit of a jerk? I guess Walt Disney didn't want until any jerks, which is why he wanted Eeyore to be a bit more as a guy who you could say we should try and sympathize with him. Let me just make sure he's it's not easy getting the portions right. I'm actually debating what his colors should be like. Should his colors be gray, like in some incarnations, like Winnie the Pooh 2011, or the Winnie the Pooh, or blue, like in some several illustrations, several books to be on. Okay, not books, not the original book, not the original books, but rather some what was it? In fact, there are some books, some coloring books or some other type of books where Eeyore is completely blue. Should he be blue or should he be gray? Just making sure I get every detail right, especially his tail. Eeyore. Oh, not exactly in a very cheering mood today. But at least he gets to see the party. Quite disappointing to be honest, but at least he was there. And now we come to the final one, fellas. Which character do you think is still dancing to no end? Just move him around a bit. Oops. There we go, fellas. We have Crash Bandicoot. Wait. That looks a little awkward, so. Here we go, fellas. We have Crash still dancing to the max. And fellas, that concludes my drawings for today. Now let's see if we got everything. If I got everything right. We got the Eds on the sofa, Munchlax on the floor, Kirby on the punch bowl, Bill Cipher under the table, Eruptor in the bathtub, Blistina in bed, Chowder on the snack table, Scrap with an ice pack, Dingada with coffee, Twilight trying to clean up, Lori checking her phone, Eeyore rather disappointed that he's not in the party, and Crash still dancing nevertheless. So let me answer a couple of questions. Did you know about Mortal Kombat 3 and MK11? Wait, is that announced? Let me have a look. Let's see. It's all I remember is Combat Pack 1 and 2 and the Aftermath expansion. For those who don't know, in Combat Pack 1, there's Shang Tsung, Nightfall, Sindel, the Terminator, the Joker, and Spawn. And and afterwards, there was an Aftermath expansion, which has Shiva, Fujin, and RoboCop. And then there's Combat Pack 2 with Melina, Rain, and Rambo. I'm not sure there's an actual Combat Pack 3 yet, but I'm hoping there is. I mean, they're hoping there's at least 5 more characters coming, or maybe 11. I'm not sure. This year, do a live stream of the Loud House's show on the 5th anniversary. I'm not sure if I'm willing to do an entire live stream dedicated to the Loud House because the date is quite close to another show's anniversary, SpongeBob SquarePants, and it's also quite close to Star Wars. So the Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. I have to choose. It's either the SpongeBob Day, which is May 1st, the Loud House Day, which is May 2nd, or Star Wars, which is May 4th. Or maybe I could do a combo of the 3. What is your New Year resolution? I don't know yet. Have you watched Ready Player One? I have not. I do want to. I have the DVD, but I haven't seen it yet. Have you heard of an actor named Kyle Herbert? Isn't he the same guy who played Ryu from Street Fighter? Do a Skylanders 10th anniversary live stream. I don't want to repeat the same topics. So I all my live streams have to be completely different towards one another. You should combine them and do a Nickelodeon live stream. Perhaps. It's said that you're going to make the last Skylanders animation this year. Actually, not quite, because I have a lot of projects in mind, like trying to finish off Skylanders University, and I'm still trying to finish off Skywars. I'm hoping to finish the holiday setup part 1 by Jan 5th. And if possible, I could release the second part of the Skywars holiday setup on March 2nd on the Loud House release. And if there's a third part, then I might have that release on July 25th, as in Christmas in July. Because my Skywars holiday setup is meant to be a Christmas special, and since I kind of missed Christmas, expect maybe Christmas in July or something. What are your hopes for 2021? I'm not sure yet. I'm hoping things will get better. I hope I see these films. Also, April 19th, your 27th anniversary of my existence. Yes. Here's a little hint, fellas. Because I am 27 I'm going to be 27 on April 19th this year. Expect something a little bit weird happening on my birthday. What's inside Trigger Happy's present? I ain't telling ya. Thoughts on Final Fantasy? I have not played any of the Final Fantasy games. Zack Snyder Justice League cut, and HBO. It exists. PlayStation All-Stars 2, with what Spiral and Scorpion would rival be. Okay, which is a Monday. I hope to see the new Sonic game. Gonna be 27 in 15 days. Oh, great. Happy birthday, then. Happy early birthday. Okay, fellas. Okay, so what's next time? Glad you asked. Next time, fellas, I'm thinking maybe I do something cold, like something out in the cold. Something winter themed. How's that? Okay, fellas, I gotta go. Sorry, fellas, I have to go because I like to answer more questions, but I'm in a bit of a rush for something. Thank you all for joining me. See you all in the next live stream. Join me on January 11th for that, as we enter a winter-themed live stream. I hope you've